Oh, when it all falls down.
This the real one, baby.
Oh, when
Southside, South.
Where would I be without you, baby?
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Magic Molly Mall. I let my tape rock.
I've had my share of ups and downs. Times when there was no one around. I came and spoke these words to me. Praise will confuse me. So I started singing the inside of my pain. But I knew God would take it all. And when I'm broke,
Amen, 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 guys. It is a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Today is what are we in, July? Yeah, July 16th. It's a Sunday. I want to start up the podcast with some gospel. I don't think I really ever be playing gospel on this podcast, on this channel, period. And I live for my gospel playlist. So we gotta spread some of that gospel godly word today. Some of that good word, the good word of the Lord today, dear Jesus, because he has been so good to me. I know he has been so good to so many of you out there. And if you feel like God hasn't been good to you, then you ain't asking him for enough, okay? You're not doing enough, asking him for enough, okay? Get on those hands and those knees and ask him for what you want, okay? And apply that pressure. So today, on today's episode, well, first let me introduce the podcast, so you understand who's this crazy girl singing about her praises in advance. Amen. All right. Welcome to the 20 Somethings podcast. I'm your host, Lex, also known as Lex Goody on my Instagram and TikTok. So make sure you follow me, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and turn on your post notification bell so you can see every time I post a video. Here on the 20 Somethings podcast, we talk about the unexplainable, unconventional, unprovoked, and provoked topics and life experiences while being in your 20 somethings. So, on today's episode, okay, when do we not get deep? But we getting deep. We getting a little deep, okay? On today's episode, we are talking about how, are you really healed if you haven't been triggered? Like, are you really healed though? Because it seems like you avoiding being triggered and you jacking that as, oh yeah, I'm healed. So let's get into it. A lot of us are in these stages in our lives where, like, some of us are healing, some of us feel like we're healed, some of us are just in this like plateau of like, bitch, I'm just trying to make it every day. Okay, but the most important part that I feel like separates healing from being healed is the test. Okay, the test, which is AKA the trigger. All right, how do you know if you did good on, like, while you were studying if you did not get a test? The test says it all. The test is like, okay, was you really studying, doing your homework, or was you playing around? Before y'all think that I'm about to make a cliche video about like, oh, healed, triggered, healing, blah blah. No, first let me say, none of us will ever be fully healed, okay? And don't take that personal. It just goes for all of us. Because if you're a person that you're not sitting in the house purposely hiding away from things to trigger you, you're going to be triggered. You're going to always have something to heal from. If you're a person that's outside experiencing life, doing the things that are making you a better person, doing things that push your comfort zone and take you out of different spaces of your anxiety, you are going to have to heal from things because you didn't know that certain things were going to be how they were, but you still were brave enough to give things a shot and give things a try. So before you think that this video is going to talk about, oh, this is how you're going to heal and this is how triggering is going to help you heal, I was about to say bitch, and I'm trying to stop because on this good Sunday, but girl, we ain't never gonna heal. Like, that's just what it is. Like, we're always in a constant state of healing. I feel like, yes, you can be like, oh, I've healed from something, but in the greater aspect and the general aspect of like, oh yeah, I'm just a healed human being, like nothing's wrong, I'm so healed from everything, nothing bothers me, that's not gonna happen. Like, it's impossible. But like I said, unless you want to hide under a rock and not experience life, then I guess you'll be the only one on mankind that says, oh, they fully healed from some shit. I can speak for me when I could say I've definitely been that type of person that thought I was healed from some shit. I definitely was that type of person that was like, oh yeah, like I'm healed, I'm at a good place with everything and everyone, and I am okay with the things that went wrong and blah 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 blah. And then next thing you know, some little minor inconvenience will happen, or like somebody will say some shit that reminds me of something that, like, a past incident, and now I'm all of a sudden like really pissed off, like literally angry, like literally I gotta sit and stare at the wall for like 2 hours straight because I'm just really trying to like regroup my mind on what the fuck just happened, and like why does it have me so bothered. Like and then I'll say him like, no, I'm healed from that, I'm not bothered, and I get more bothered because I'm denying the fact that I'm mad bothered. So I can definitely say I was one of those people that would be like, oh, I'm healed, da da da, and it's like, bitch, not even close. I was nowhere close, like nowhere close. And that's not to deny that growth wasn't there and evolution wasn't there. We do grow, we do evolve as people, we do change, we do become different people, and actually, you know, can put certain things behind us and be like, okay, I've grown past that. But what people don't realize is that low key, like subconsciously, consciously, you pretty much programmed yourself to do that. Like if you wanted new skin, like better skin, you wanted to be in better shape, you wanted to change the way you dress, you wanted to just think differently, have more compassion, that's you consciously making the decisions to change, but subconsciously really working at that every day, because you programmed your brain in a way that you were like, I want to stick to this, like I'm dedicated to this, like. And that's why a lot of people will call certain people that's chasing certain dreams delusional, because they don't understand, like, bro, where's your drive coming from? Like, you can't be conscious and you got all this hard work and you got to work towards these things, and you're taking long hours to work towards your dreams, and they're like, no, like they told themselves and reprogram their bodies and their brains to be like, listen, this is what I want and this is what I want to be. So it's not saying that people can evolve. We are definitely changing. We are definitely healing from things, constant evolution of things. So same is with our emotional triggers. A lot of us like to work on the things that are external, work on the things that people can see from the outside. So people will get a better body because they were emotionally hurt by somebody that was bigger than them, or more fit than them, or like bullied them because they were bigger than them. Some people will work on their skin or get certain plastic surgeries because somebody who looked a certain type of way made them feel some type of way, or they had an insecurity that constantly got pointed out. So a lot of times people don't even realize they're subconsciously changing who they are on the outside to fill this emotional void on the inside. So like I said, as is with emotional triggers, you have to consciously, subconsciously change those and work on those and exercise the healing stage of that. If you sit down and say, okay, I'm gonna sit in the house and I'm just not gonna be around people because niggas is weird, people's weird, da 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 da, because I know I'm good for that. I'm good for being like, this is why I don't be around nobody, everybody weird. Like I'd be ready to stay in the house because I'd be like, everybody weird, which is true. But I learned that was not helping me as a person. That wasn't helping my personal emotional triggers as a human that has to be around people and experience life and shit like that. So like I was saying, it's just, you have to put yourself in places to be triggered, and not purposely triggered. Not obviously don't be in toxic situations, but if you know that you do have some anxiety due to, like, you have social anxiety, you're not really good with speaking, or you're not good at public speaking, start going to a coffee shop, start going to a bookstore, and just simply ask a motherfucker, hey, what you reading? Or go to places that you know people are going to talk to you. So even if you go to a lounge, you just tell your friends like, hey, I don't usually like to go to public spaces, but I do want to get better with interacting with people. Take a friend with you, go to a lounge, go to brunch where people talk, people communicate, go to like a paint and sip, go to like different activities where you can start exercising the way that you heal your emotional state. Because when you sit here and let yourself wallow and hide and pack up those emotions and pains and shit that you got, you're really going to now trick your brain that you are healed. You're going to trick your brain that it is everybody else and it's not you. And that's when it becomes a situation of now it becomes you, and you become the problem. Like, you become the person that doesn't know how to take accountability for the fact that you're just not strong enough to handle certain shit. And I spoke about this in one of my other podcast episodes about, like, you know, being around bad energy, and don't be around bad energy just because you can't handle it. I also stated that, like, I understand that sometimes people can't be in places with certain people because their energy isn't strong enough to handle it. Like, you don't know how to protect yourself from certain energies yet. I totally get that. But I also very, very strongly advocate for still pushing yourself outside your comfort zone in order to create that shield, in order to make it stronger, to build that confidence in yourself, to know that, okay, if I am around a person that speaks like this, does this, talks that, I can still stand in my truth. I can still stand in my solidarity and in my strength as a person, instead of feeling like, oh, I'm gonna storm off, I'm not gonna go, or you're gonna be the Debbie Downer, or the party pooper, or the person that just never goes out with your friends, and you're wasting years and years and years of your life just because of one triggering situation that you never want to experience again. If it's true when Gaga said, if it don't kill you, it make you strong. Did Gaga say that, or was that listen, I don't know too much about the Caucasian pop culture, but somebody, okay, one of them amazing white ladies said, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. So and that is true. Like, it's not gonna kill you to go out there and experience something again, and you never know, it might give you a whole different new perspective on that trigger. So just because one person triggered you in such a way, or did something that now creates triggers that really make you uncomfortable, you might meet somebody that the trigger just, it looks different, like it has different clothing on it, like it's the same trigger, it might make you feel a different type of way, but now you get to look at it differently. Sometimes that's all we need. Even with debates and disagreements, it's not that the disagreement wasn't valid. Like, if you feel like you're hurt by what somebody said or did, that's still valid. But if somebody knows how to address that disagreement, it will make you look at it like, wow, okay, this is something I can get over. Or, me and this person has a great form of communications. I love how this looks. I love how we communicate and we get over things. It's all about how you dress those triggers and those experiences. So some of you may feel like, yeah, if I just ignore, going out and ignore the triggers and shit like that, I'm gonna be good. And it's like, no, it's prolonging you, because you're gonna go so long without being triggered that when you do, now you jumped back 10 years to when that shit happened, when you could have been putting yourself in situations to learn how to get over that from year 1, year 2, year 3. So by year 3, you good. You're not on year 10 like, oh my god, I gotta start away from year 1 of when this shit happened, on some weird ass Matrix shit. Like, you really feel like you time traveled back to like a horrible place, and now you just want to go cry all over again. And now you're even more scared because now you're older and you thought you were over and you're not. So now you're mad about the fact that, oh my god, why didn't I take care of it then? And now you're wondering, like, okay, is the past 10 years been a lie of my life? Like, what have I been doing for the past couple years? Has everything I've been doing been based off of this thing I've been trying to hide? Now you're gonna have an identity crisis at 40. We don't need that. We don't need that. I don't want that for you. I guess to go into like a final point, or like to conclude this a little bit, is accountability. Accountability plays such a big part into your triggers and into healing those triggers. Sometimes we have to look at it as, was I triggered because I put too much expectation on this thing? Am I triggered because I put too much energy into this thing? Am I triggered because I hoped the outcome would have been this, would have been that? Did I like do too much? That has always been the thing that has helped me overcome and like work through a lot of my triggers, is like, now I sit back and be like, okay, what the fuck did I just do? Like, why did that just get me upset? What did I do? What just happened? And then I'll really sit there and just be like, okay, maybe I expected too much from that situation, and when it didn't go that way, and then they did what I already thought they were gonna do, and now I'm pissed. That's my, because I already fucked up from the gate. I shouldn't have expected shit. So sometimes like that really do be a key part of helping your triggers, like, is accountability. Yes, we can't control when people may say some slick shit out their mouth, do something that may make you really feel uncomfortable, but what we can do is be like, okay, did I put myself here? Did I know this may have been a bad idea? Did I put myself in the, what did I do? Did I get too comfortable around this person? Did I get too comfortable in this setting? What happened? Did I not read the room right enough? Like, It's little things, because those are things that are going to help you moving forward to be like, okay, I know when it's my time to go. I know when it's my time to not show up there. I know when it's my time to exit. I know when it's my time to be quiet. I know when it's my time to maybe speak up a little bit more. Like, it helps you to unpack the things that will prevent shit being, you getting triggered. Same thing, like if like you feel like people talk over you or something, or you're that person that's like very timid and you're tired of people talking over you, maybe you need to learn how to grab the attention of a room. Learn what it means to grab the attention of multiple people without yelling. You know, maybe you're a person that is loud and you do speak, you like to speak over people. Learn how to still grab people's attention and say your most important parts in a short period of time, so you don't feel like you gotta yell over people just to get your point across. It's little shit like that. Like, accountability for this is so big, guys, because it can help you in so many different ways. But yeah, guys, with that being said, we're gonna wrap this episode up here. I thank you so much for watching. If you have not already, please follow me on all my social medias. They'll be down in the description down below. And I really hope to see you guys in my next one. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Mwah.